Hey guys, Corey Correa here. Welcome to Blue Talks, and I hope you enjoy this video.
Hello, Miami University and Blue Talks friends. Yay, we are friends now. I just realized that this is going to sound like a joke, but it's not. A small child toddles into a room full of adults, and every eye in the room is on that child. Everything the child does is mesmerizing. People cannot take their eyes off the child because that child is completely natural, authentic. And we can learn a lot from that. I was at a crowded networking event in Manhattan when the organizer came in, picked up a microphone, and said, "Everybody quiet down now. So there was silence. I mean, not silence, but everybody just kept going. So on her third failed attempt to get everyone to quiet down, she turned to me and mouthed, "Help." So I just stepped forward and said, "Good evening, everyone." And the room went silent. I was more surprised than anyone when that happened, because that hadn't always been my powerful voice or my presence. I can show you. Hi, I'm Steely Morgan from Endicott, New York, and this is how we talk in Endicott, New York. And I'm a speaker development trainer, and I can teach you how to transform your public speaking presentation skills into your most valuable asset and your most powerful branding. Now, what changed in that little space of time when I was doing my goofy introduction? My body language, my voice, my confidence and presence. More importantly, though, what changed about your perception of me? Anybody want to venture something? No. Okay. I had a client recently say to me, "Speaking with authority feels like jumping off a cliff." Well, that's an awfully long way to fall. But I see this every day in workplaces where people hide their ideas. They don't want to speak up in a meeting. They certainly don't want to get up in front of a crowd, because speaking with authority can be vulnerable, which in essence makes it dangerous sometimes. I worked with the CEO of a healthcare startup who had had a stroke in her 40s. And she fought her way back. She had to learn how to walk, talk, and even eat again. Now, by the time I met her, her voice was back, but it was weak and scratchy. And so she and I worked together to get depth in her voice and resonance and presence in her body language. And now her employees are just thrilled to respond to her. You see, your voice isn't just sound. It's presence and confidence. And those you can learn. You want to try something right now? Good. Okay. So, feet flat on the floor. And without going out of your personal space, broaden your shoulders and open your chest. Breathe. Open the heart space and breathe. Now, this also might feel vulnerable, but then again, it might feel as though your possibilities are expanding. Practice this every day, and it can become a very powerful part of how you interact in the world. How many of us have slept through a PowerPoint presentation full of numbers? Yeah. Data does not convey emotion. Humanity does. And this fact came into my life at the speed of a freight train in the petite body of a physician. She had spent 7 years developing a vaccine for rotavirus. And she was at the point where she needed to present her data to the FDA. She had practiced so hard that she had given herself laryngitis. During our first session, she said to me, "They're not going to understand. How do I get them to understand? It's only numbers." So I asked her, what was the moment you decided to develop this vaccine? She told me of working at a clinic in rural Africa, where the moms would queue up outside with their babies. And she witnessed one mom who took a rag and dipped it in a mud puddle and squeezed the liquid into her baby's mouth. It was the only liquid available. That baby died in Dr. Green's arms half an hour later. And that was her moment. I told her that's what the FDA needs to hear, is your humanity and your passion. And then the data makes sense. The data is there to support that feeling. So we crafted a story around the child and her time in Africa so that she could present that story to begin the entire week of testimony to the FDA. And I am thrilled to say that the vaccine was approved and it is saving the lives of children all over the world. Now, your voice isn't just words. Your voice is leadership. It is influence. And it is what keeps us all connected with you. That's the main thing, is the connection. Data needs human stories to connect to. So if you are presenting data, make it relatable to your audience. Give it a story that gives it heart. And take some advice from Dr. Green and let your passion show. Hey, I can't hear you. Speak up. How often have we heard that? Well, when we say that, it's not that we can't hear the voice, it's that we cannot understand what the voice is saying. Without clear diction, there is always going to be misunderstanding. I was asked by the Indiana University School of Dentistry to write an accent modification course for their foreign-trained dentists. I titled it, "Did you say rude kernel or root canal?" It's consonants and clarity. If you want to be heard the first time you speak, it's consonance and clarity. Let me demonstrate a little bit here. Stop. 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 Consonance and clarity. So when you are presenting or just having a conversation with someone, do yourself a huge favor. Think of the vulnerability of a child, of the passion of a physician, and bring those into your talk with confidence, consonance, and clarity. People will respond to you with trust and look to you for leadership. Go for it.